Now, Anil Kumarji, why did you say the doctor? And what made you feel he's a doctor? Well, of course, the lab coat, the stethoscope, the doctor's coat, sorry, and the stethoscope makes you realize that he is a doctor. Whereas now if I told you that the other gentleman on the left is the one who is a specialist in this field you need advice for, doesn't that change the impression? But you all are right. You know why? Because the doctor's coat, the stethoscope, spoke for its first self. That was the first impression we had as individuals, and we were totally right. So thank you so much for participating in this one, and one more for all of you. Who would you trust more? Again, I'm giving you a situation over here. If I tell you, you need to hand over really important documents to a gentleman who needs to carry them for further processing, which one out of these two would you be giving it to? आपको कोई important documents देने हैं, इन दोनों में से कौन से gentleman को आप वो important documents दोगे और? So let's have some answers in the chat. Let's reread these images. Who would you be handing important documents to and why? All right, we're getting in some answers. Would it be the gentleman on the left or would it be the gentleman on the right? Okay, so the gentleman on, I think most of us would pick up. Okay, somebody said left, the other one has said right. Brilliant. So you have your own perception. So the one who said left, Vilas, aapko left kyun laga? Let me have an answer on that one. And the ones who said right, aapko right kyun laga? In the meantime, I will give my answer also. First one, because the papers are important. Okay. The first one means the left one, Anamika? Yeah? Okay. Yes, the papers are important, but what spoke here was their image. So like I said, at that time, at that particular time when you have to go and hand over the papers, most of us have chosen the person on the right because he looks in control. He looks like he is not agitated with some kind of situation at that time. Whereas the person on the left, yes, he could be a leader, he could be a CEO, he could be someone who's heading at a very high post, but maybe it's one of those days where he is worked up. Look at the frown on his face, look at the tie all over the place, look at his shirt not being right, and his whole body language actually speaks for itself that he is looking really worked up. Hence, absolutely right, it's your perception. So even I would go with the gentleman on the right, seeing the status right now. Thank you, everybody. So that spoke for first impression, okay? We don't know these people personally, do we? We don't even know their names. We've never even probably seen them or their photographs ever. But what spoke and what made us decide was their first impression. Are we ready for more? Yes. Look what we have coming up. So like any other management course, we also have 4 A's for appearance management, or even otherwise we would call it image management. You know, if you understand these 4 A's, you will get an understanding for a very, very long, something which will stay with you forever, because it'll help you understand next time you stand in front of that cupboard and you question yourself, अब मैं क्या पहनूं? कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, मेरे को यहाँ जाना है और मेरे को उस इवेंट में भी जाना है, तो मेरे लिए क्या सिंपल होएगा, मैं अपने आप को अपस्केल कैसे करूँगा या करूँगी? So the 4 A's of appearance management are appropriate, authentic, attractive, and affordable. Well, let's see what the first A is. Are we all there? Please let me have you all on chat. I really love a participative audience. Okay, the first A is appropriate. You know, looking like you belong, like you know what you're doing. Nothing about your appearance is distracting. How many of you know this gentleman here? Of course, I think we all know he's Akshay Kumar, right? Now, why I chose these two images? Because the first image, I picked up from one of the suiting ads where he was actually dressed up in the suit because he had to do the ad for them. He was a model for that suiting company. Well, do you think he's appropriately dressed for that role? Yes. On the other hand, I chose an image where he's casually dressed. But does that mean that he's not appropriately dressed? No, it doesn't mean that he's not appropriately dressed, because this image I picked up from that airport look, जो आजकल बहुत ही fashion में है. That airport, in fact, Akshay Kumar was the first one who built up this fashion of one leg pant being rolled up. So yes, so there is nothing wrong in both the images. He is appropriately dressed as per his role required at that time or that occasion. So that's what appropriate is. Okay. You know, when you dress up right for that person, for those people who you will be meeting, or even that group you want to be with, for that, you know, when you want to create that desired impression, जब आपको वो visual message देना है, अब वो suit में, 3-piece suit में, doesn't it talk professional about him? Right there. And he's in casual clothes on the extreme end. Doesn't that show that, he doesn't need to be professionally dressed because he's just come from the airport. And in traveling, most of us opt anyhow to be very, very comfortable, don't we? So that's what appropriate for that role or that goal you want to achieve and for the occasion means. Are we ready for the next A? Authentic. Aha, ever smiling, ever so green, and yet so authentic. None other than Miss Kiran Kher. ये image देखते ही नहीं लगता, is there anything uncomfortable about her? I'm asking you all, do you think there's something uncomfortable about her right now? I don't think so. And you all are most welcome to share your views with me on chat. No, I don't think she looks uncomfortable at all. In fact, look at the smile, look at the elegance, look at the body language. It is just all coming out so naturally, in spite of her being on stage, in spite of her carrying those Indian clothes, in spite of her, not being the top professional clothing, like that style scale, which I'll be taking you through briefly to an extent, she is still comfortable. Again, looking like yourself, the way you want to be seen and the way you want to be felt is being authentic to yourself. Okay, you need to be true to yourself. You need to be very consistent with your values and attitudes. अपने attitude और value को ध्यान में रखते हुए, like I said, does she look uncomfortable from any angle? I personally feel not at all, in spite of being on stage. In fact, she's, I think, conquering the world right there, Consistent with her personality traits. Apni personality ko laane do bhar. Why should I hold myself back just because I'm wearing something which I'm not comfortable in, and then don't wear it? So comfortable for your body, it should be comfortable for your psyche. We need to build our image from inside out. We need to build that image from inside out. So I hope you all are understanding what I'm trying to put across. So authentic means looking like yourself the way you want to be seen and feel. Now moving on to our third A. Who do we have here? For many of us, looking attractive means such a heavy word. Am I right? Come on, let's have that chat going on. Thank you, Mahinder Singh, for writing not at all. I can relate to that truly. But a lot of people relate to attractive as such a heavy word. Oh my God, how am I ever going to look attractive? Attractive means for men, having that physique, that muscle, maybe those six-pack abs and that inverted triangle shape. Am I right? And for women, oh my God, how do I look that hourglass figure? How will I have that tiny waist, but I still look so pretty? Or being extremely thin. There was a time when everybody wanted to be size 0, wasn't there? Absolutely. So let me tell you, that meaning of attractive is not what we look at, when it comes to us building up on our image. So looking at you is a pleasant experience. That is attractive. Nothing about your appearance is, disturbing. Now, if you all promise to be active in chat, I have another question for all of you. Out of these 3 images, which one do you think looks a little not so comforting to each one of you? And why? Why do you think that in case any of these images, which one out of these 3 is not so comforting for you? And why? And no offense to any of the images, it's just to analyze our own perception and give you a better understanding. Number 3 is the most comfortable, Mr. Bedkar? Yes, you're right. Most of you would have been choosing probably number 1. Why? Because it is a little distracting. Distracting in the sense it's got too many lines. ऊपर भी लाइन है, नीचे भी लाइन है, हमें नहीं समझ आ रहा वो हम किधर को देखें. Where do I see where I can put my emphasis on? So yes, that is distracting to the eye as compared to the second or the third image. Whereas she is shown a beautiful same top with a longer Indian lehenga type of a skirt. And that is not distracting because that is solid and upar we have patterns. So I'm just giving you little integrities about all this. So, like I said, being attractive doesn't mean that we have to be thin. It doesn't mean that, I have to have those muscles. It's just something where you feel you're right, wearing those clean, unrumpled, not sloppy clothes, fit and flatter that body figure. Of course we're telling you, but don't wear clothes jahan pe button burst ho raha hota hai, the people who just carry themselves with the chest, the clothes being so tight on their chest, don't they look uncomfortable? So have something with a slight ease, even have that one dominant focal point. Now imagine अगर मैं आपके पास एक hair band पहन के आती जिसमें एक इतना बड़ा फूल होता. Okay, I'm going to speak in Hindi English because I believe we have a mixed audience, and so excuse that if I take a little bit more time. And I wear this hairband with a very big flower, and I come to you with again a chunky necklace, and I also wear those big earrings. Oh, and I also wear a nice thick belt on my waist. How would it make you feel? Do you think I'll be looking attractive from any angle? No, because I'm distracting you with so many things on top of me. ठीक है, I have everything which could have even mixed and matched and looked good. But at the same time, I'm overpowering myself with so much that it's so difficult for another person to feel comfortable कि हम इसकी शक्ल देखें, कि इसका hair band देखें, कि necklace देखूं, कि earrings देखूं, कि मैं उसकी waist की belt देखूं, right? Whereas the same thing, if I wanted to wear, I probably could have put on that floral hairband and emphasized towards the face just with a nice bright lipstick, or towards the feet with nice colored coordinated shoes. It's as simple as that. You need to believe yourself with all these A's coming through. Thank you so much, Maheshji, for that compliment. I'm enjoying it. Okay, moving on to our last A. Are we ready? Affordable. Like it says right here. Looking like you're not in pain. You're in charge of actually having fun and fashion with whatever be your budget. Now, affordable here does not mean anything relating to money. Okay? It means, like we said, clothes. Like I'm going for work every day. Let me put my example in front of you. I'm going for work every day and I need clothes which I can wash very easily every day. I can't be sending dry clean clothes every day and waiting for them to come back after days. I'll be short on clothes. It's not feasible. I want to wear something comfortable जिसमें arms हिले, जिसमें मैं चल पाऊँ, भाग पाऊँ. Why not? So this is what means affordable. Now I've put 2 images of Anushka Sharma. Don't we all relate to her like this? Tell me. A little sporty, little active, chirpy little lady. Does she look uncomfortable in any of these? Does she not look attractive in any of these? Is she not looking authentic in any of these? Well, the answer is no. She is looking absolutely fine and as pretty as ever. What is she wearing? Is she wearing something extremely fancy which I think none of us can wear? I don't think so. A plain cotton t-shirt with a beautiful skirt and on the other hand like a sweatshirt with a nice fashionable skirt. So she is being trendy. At the same time, she is not looking like she's in pain. She's in charge. She's, I think, having fun with fashion. Look at those beautiful heels or that skirt for that matter. And no matter what your budget. So आप affordable हो सकते हो. Every day सोचो कि what are the things I need to buy. They don't have to be totally in trend. They need to be making sense to me. Do they make sense for these 4 A's to me? So I hope I've been able to give you all a good clarity on the 4 A's for appearance and image management. And next time you stand in front of that cupboard, please at least remember that yes, these things we can apply, and trust me, it makes life much more simpler. Now we're ready to move on to a little bit of a professional side, because I know many of you might be students here who look forward to such kind of information. And if you're not being able to cope up with my language, I will build up more on English. Please just let me know through a message. Okay? Why is professional dressing important? हम काफी बार ही सोचते हैं. मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि 24 घंटे 24 hours wear that professional attire, but like we just spoke of, the role, the goal and the occasion, you must keep these points in mind. That's why I put it here today itself. You know, what you wear may be substantially influencing your career path. You know, although nothing takes the place of talent, which is of course true, or hard work, your innate ability and ambition can't be looked down upon either. I'm not saying that. But looking your professional best in the workplace can give you a competitive advantage for sure. And this comes with a lot of people's experience. You know, it helps you project an image of a sophisticated, successful working individual, which you are or would want to be. I'm sure many of you would agree with me. Now just think for a minute. If you were supposed to go for an interview right now, would you be choosing something like this lady is wearing, which I'm not saying wear a match suit, but at least a nice formal shirt and a trouser? Or would you be wearing jeans and a t-shirt and a sneaker? And now give it a second thought process. Which one out of these two will you feel comfortable going for an interview? Even though that interview might be just for a creative job. Well, I'm sure many of you, let's have that chat going on. Many of you, the first one, thank you so much. Yes, many of you will choose the first one. Why? Because it's somewhere affecting your psyche that, dude, I have put on that shirt, I've worn those trousers. To make it more professional, I'm giving you some more secrets just coming up. And I'm ready to take on the world. So this is how we keep upscaling ourselves, just not physically with the clothes, but like I said, our inner image also gets enhanced. So giving you yet again some more knowledge so that it becomes easier for all of you to start relating to any of the forays. And of course, like I said, next time you stand in front of that cupboard, you won't have so many question marks. What goes higher on scale? So now, see, there's something called a style scale. I didn't want to get into nitty-gritty. मैं nitty-gritty में नहीं घुसना चाहती क्योंकि वो बहुत complicated हो जाता. But these things are very, very relatable too. What goes higher on scale? A matte suit, like you all can see on the left, over an unmatched suit. So a matte suit, matlab ki same jacket or same fabric, same color ki pant या skirt for ladies is considered the highest professionally in scale. Of course, colors play an important role also, which I'll be taking you through. Uske baad comes unmatched suits. Okay, after that comes unmatched suits, like you can see the images on the right. Now see, there is nothing wrong or there's nothing right. It depends again on the role, goal and occasion you are going for. Okay. For example, sorry, I'm going to just share one more example of me. I was a preschool principal and I worked with little children. Now imagine agar main sare time I would wear a matte suit like probably this lady is wearing or this gentleman is wearing. I would look so stiff. I would feel so authoritative. Even probably people and those children would be scared to come to me. Oh my God, who's this? Who's come? We can't be relating to her. Because I would probably be looking overpowering for that kind of role and goal. Though, yes, I was in leadership at the highest position. But keeping in mind my circumstances, being around in that environment of being a preschool, being with those little children, I didn't want to overpower. In fact, as a secret, I didn't even wear unmatched suits so often. Yes, I wore jackets when I wanted to build on that authority. जैसे कोई PTM हुआ तो मैंने पहना. But for everyday use, I even avoided that and I just wore very casual, not very casual, something with a collar. Because yes, collars also make you feel authoritative. That's why I shared the example of a shirt. Okay. So you have to scale yourself according to your role, goal, and occasion. So never ever forget that. Coming to the next, what goes higher on scale? A long formal skirt. Quite surprising, isn't it? A long formal skirt over a trouser. Well, yes, the skirt can't be a mini skirt. It has to be something formal, like I said, angular. It has to be below your knees. Only then it's considered higher professionally as compared to a trouser, which might be really surprising for a lot of ladies out there. But because the trouser is kind of borrowed from the men's wardrobe, hence we put the skirt higher on scale. So see, I'm giving you all those little secrets. So if you're comfortable, you can wear skirts, but of course, remember the knee length has to be lower than the knee. I mean, this length of the skirt has to be lower than the knee and it has to be angular. Are we ready for more or are you all tired? I'm really enjoying myself with all of you and thank you yet again for making me a part of you. Enjoying, thank you. Okay, what do we have here? Again, one more important point. Colors play a very vital role. Okay. अब imagine करो मैं आपके पास एक imagine करो I am feeling dull Okay, let's put you this time in a situation. Imagine you are feeling dull and you wear a very dull color and you go to work. How would you feel? I think most of you will feel very, very dull, more so, right? However, you can wear a dull color on top, and what do we cheat with? You can wear something right below so that you don't look overpowering in a professional environment. Still, you manipulate those colors and you make yourself feel chirpy. Right now, as an image consultant, yes, I could have worn a beautiful red jacket with a white shirt and come in front of all of you. However, seeing where I am going to be coming in front of, what kind of audience I'm coming, I'm also a soft skill trainer at the same time right now, because yes, I'm talking about first impression. So even I chose monochromatic colors. That means the same color combination throughout, from my jacket to my shirt to my trouser. So this is how you can build up on colors. Darker, duller colors are higher in authority as compared to light pastel shades. Thank you so much for all those compliments coming in. I really appreciate it and keeps me going. Okay, which one do you think goes higher on scale here? I already shared this secret, didn't I? The moment you put on that jacket, and the ones who never tried it, like me, till recent, I'm being very honest, put it on and see that magic happen. Yes, it feels magical. It gives you that. I'm not saying go again for those dark colors if you're not comfortable. I'm not saying go and buy 6 jackets in one time. I'm not saying wear that jacket every day. Okay? But try it on, because somewhere the day you want to feel a little higher from within, the day you want to feel that I want to be a little more authoritative in front of maybe those children in college or maybe that staff at work, just put on that jacket and you will feel the change yourself. So yes, we call this a third layer as well. So any kind of third layer adds on and is higher on scale when it comes to wearing clothes. Okay, when it comes to a style scale. Now moving on to the next, what goes higher on scale? The more structured, the more angular as compared to curvy things goes higher on scale. So here also a proper structured collar, like you can see on the left, is higher on scale as compared to a Chinese or a turtleneck. Though yes, Chinese collars, like I said, I also mostly wear Chinese collars. They are kind of structured, however, not as structured and not a full collar as compared to a regular collared shirt. So this is higher on scale as compared to this. This is higher on scale as compared to this. Well, I think that was the last one, comparing ourselves and moving on that scale. And I hope you've all understood. Even a wee bit will help you build up step by step further. So just taking you on a quick insight. Matched suits over unmatched suits. Long formal skirt over trousers. This one's only for women. Dark dull colors over light pastel shades. Layers over one-piece garment. Structured collar over a Chinese or a turtleneck. Thank you, Frana. I'm seeing all those chats coming in. Yes, meaning of dullness colors is different according to everyone. Absolutely. There is no right and wrong, like I said. For me, the day I want to feel chirpy, I pick up an orange more than even a red. So it depends on your perception, what makes you feel more elated at that time for your mood is all up to you. Okay, so there again is no right and wrong. So just sharing some images further on, because I think we're going to be running short on time. Giving you an insight into some Indian wear professionally as well. These ladies are wearing jackets on top, color coordinated. The gentlemen are wearing, like mostly in India, हम इनको नेहरू jacket बोलते हैं. We call them नेहरू jackets. Um, However, these are not considered high on scale. They add on, they'll make you look smart, no doubt. But the day you just want to be a smart, casual person, there can be times you don't want to feel authoritative all the time, going out for work or any important thing. You can just slip on something like this. It will not make you feel authoritatively. Rightly, you will not be very high on scale. However, it makes you look good and confident. Just sharing some more pictures with all of you, what all kind of accessories can be added to make you look more professional, some color combination which can be worked out with different kind of clothes. Men, don't feel left out. I've got images for you also. All right, and just letting you all take a good look at that. Now tell me, we understood to an extent the power of clothes and how it impacts the first impression. But do you think that's enough to build up on that first impression? What do you all perceive from these images right here? Do you think that each one of them is portraying the same kind of message through their body? Well, no, absolutely right. No, it's not. Somebody is doing this, which might be close body language. Somebody's being a good listener. I'm going to be taking you through some quick pointers here. Somebody's got their hands in their pockets, wanting to be really, really casual. She's got her arms crossed. She's listening, but not really open to conversations. And the gentleman, definitely with the hands on his hips, feels he's right. Well, I've given you a little brief here. And like rightly said, and many of you might have already seen this or heard, can you imagine only 7% of our words matter? How many hours we all practice talking for that lecture, or for that classroom, or for that examination, oh my God, or for that interview. But can you imagine only 7% of that counts? 38% is the tone of our voice. I'm going to be taking you through that. And 55% is our body language. Hence, how could we have missed this out for creating that first impression? And thank you to Mr. Albert Mehrabian for giving us these facts. These are true theories. How would you feel if I was looking like this man all throughout the session? Would you all have been as interested? Well, non-verbal communication or body language, they speak volumes. It could be a posture, body language, eye contact, blinking, tone of the voice, gestures, pitch of my voice, time, smell, and so on and so forth. I'm going to be briefly taking you through some very important ones which you must keep in mind. And of course, there's lots more which can be added. All right. Did you all know a handshake speaks volumes about your confidence? Thank you. Somebody wrote gesture. Absolutely, Fran. Yes. Before extending your hands, please do also introduce yourself, okay? Extending your hand and giving a handshake only doesn't mean that there is a replacement for your voice. However, a perfect handshake must have that eye contact. It must have a smile. The forearm, if you all can see me and would love to be a part of enacting it with me, forearm should be parallel and you must have a firm grip, okay? No sweaty palms, have that smile, have that eye contact, and pump your hands just 2 to 3 times. Don't overshake the other person, don't give them jolts. All these kind of handshakes are a no-no. So even a handshake does speak volumes. Now many of you will say, oh my God, ma'am, pandemic time है, कैसे handshake करने को आप बता रहे हो? तो फिर उसके लिए जैसे मैम ने मेरे को introduce करा था, I would also like to show you all how to do that. नमस्ते. Well, हमने तो सीखा ही है बचपन से. Everybody across the world has adopted it. So yes, you can replace it by this beautiful gesture by all of us called the Namaste. And now I think it's been really well appreciated, of course, like I said, all over the world. Okay, आपको कैसा लगता है if I was talking to you with a nice voice, but there was something here troubling. Would it have troubled all of you? I'm saying something else, my voice is saying something else, but there's something here. Oh yes, it's called a frown. So, did you know there are do's and don'ts for expressions as well? Yes. Hence, keep that in mind. You know, there's so many times we have this in the middle of our eyes. It's called like a frown, but it's not for the audience. It's not for the person I'm talking to, but it just could be because I'm self-talking to my own self. You're sitting there, you're listening to somebody, but you have this. Now the other person, what will they perceive you as? Oh my God, why is this person so pareshan, yaar? Why is he looking so worked up? Though it could be that you're listening, but you're not doing active listening, and you have that thought process going on. So expressions do speak volumes, okay? At the same time, eye contact. Eye contact is really, really important. I have two screens here, but I'm trying to look the minimum at the chat because I want to give you that eye contact. If I did not have that eye contact and I looked like this here, there, I'm sure many of you would have left the session by now that, oh my, what is this lady doing? She's just not interested. So eye contact does play a very crucial role as well. In fact, the way you break that eye contact speaks volumes about you also. If I'm looking down and I'm talking to you, or I'm just listening with looking down and breaking that eye contact like this, it means I'm submersive. I am not a confident person. But if I break that eye contact and I look left and right every 10 seconds, yes, that's how much you can break it down to. It means I'm a confident person. Small tips to be kept in mind. And like I said, your tone, your volume, your pitch, all make a very big difference for your first impression and otherwise also. You know, I'm talking to you and I just lose that thought. I just give such a long pause, you will just stop listening to me. At the same time, if I just spoke to you with such a loud volume, how would you have felt today for this session? Or if my tone of voice was so low, how would you have felt? Do you think I would have been able to give you all that, what I'm talking about, first impression here today? Or I spoke to you at such a fast speed that none of you would have understood a single word I would have been talking. That means I am nervous, or I really want to get over with this session because of my anxiety or my nervousness. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, paralinguistics, which I just spoke of, also plays a very, very, very vital role. And the last but not the least, I don't know how visible I was, but yes, I was trying to make a steeple as much as I could, though I was having some kind of movements with my hands, not overly exaggerated because those would have not let you concentrate on what I'm saying. But at the same time, just because, especially we are virtual, to get that attention, or if I was not probably in a virtual situation, I would have probably used a steeple more. Now, a steeple means that I'm a confident speaker. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm giving the right impact. And to just lower that steeple while somebody else is talking is brilliant etiquette. That means you are listening to them, you're being kind enough to not guard yourself and not be in the leadership position of taking control and command, but you're a good listener as well. Sorry, sir, I think it took 5-7 minutes or 10 minutes above time. Well, now answer my question. First impression, they say, is the last impression. Do you all agree now? I want that chat to come on. And the second is, now think about it. Do you feel better the day you are dressed better? Well, you don't have to answer the second one right now. If you don't wish to, try it. You will never get a second chance to make a first impression. Thank you so much for that chat. All the yeses are coming in. And that's a little bit of description about me. I'm there. And I would love to hear from each one of you, if possible, in your own ways. Thank you so much, sir. I will just stop sharing. And before I stop talking, I just want to thank sir and all of you members here for having me on board and making me a part of this brilliant journey which I've been seeing has been carrying on since months, taking on this session in full stride and still not looking tired. Bedkar sir has helped me, I think, since last 2 days with each and every query I had. So thank you so much, sir, for your belief, and God bless you for all this learning you're passing on to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your illustrative talk on the topic, the first impression.
Prakash.
And now, after the keynote speech, the topic is open for discussion, for questions and answers, for problems and solutions. So I request participants to place if there are any questions and doubts before honorable speaker. Please, participants.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for a brilliant session and very interesting too. Ma'am, does this attire and all the four A values that you are told, they helps in increasing or enhancing the aura? It is said that all the 7 colors are around each person or each individual, and more than 2 layers are there for the people who are doing some meditation or yoga or having some proper attire. Does it really help in this case, the colors and all?
Absolutely, Mahendraji. Any kind, like I said, you have to, first thing is you have to feel authentic. You have to feel comfortable. ये नहीं कि ये trend में है तो मेरे को पहनना ही पहनना है, you know? ठीक है. Understand the trends, try and be a part of it, but it's not necessary, it's meant for you. You know? So yes, हम इनको कहते हैं element of design, जो मैंने अभी briefly सबको समझाया है. Like I said, एक छोटा step लो. Like I also took it personally. I never used to wear a 3rd layer. But the moment I did, I actually felt a little bit more authoritative. I felt that, yes, it adds that wow to me ki yaar, I am in control. So just take those small steps. It doesn't have to be very big. Now, supposing you are a round neck t-shirt person, I'm not saying stop wearing them, but maybe twice in a week, try and put on that collared shirt. Okay. See how different you feel. Colors, like I said, the day you feel dull, like somebody said, it's your own perception. So the day you feel dull, like for me, if I'm feeling dull, I anyways don't like black and white as a combination. I would never wear it because it will make me feel even duller. Though authority में वो color सबसे high आते, but that's my personal take. मैं उसको नहीं पहनती. मेरा orange favorite color है, which enhances my mood, so I opt for that. So very good question, sir, and I hope I've been able to answer that one.
Yes, ma'am, definitely. One more thing, ma'am. Dr. Bedkar, who is what we say, having all the 4 values along with the eye contact and the way of he talk.
Yes.
It's perfectly as per your discussion in the session.
I truly second that one, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you,
very much.
Mahendra
Look how
Singh
smart
Pawar.
he is dressed. He's on style scale 4.
Yes.
Thank you, Pawar sir. I'm very happy that you when joined. You discuss very nicely. Keep joining. Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
so much, sir.
Yes, definitely, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Is there anybody with any more question?
Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Are you able to hear?
Yes, we are. Thank you.
Yeah. My query is that can we say that our basic thought, or long time of the practice, like the dancing, singing, concentration, and also affect our behavior, like what type of color we have liking, that also making impression में, like
Oh, very
only
nice
white
question,
color
sir.
red. Okay.
Thank you, Vidya ji. Very, very nice question. Yes. So, like I said, every time हमको ज़रूरी नहीं है वो जैकेट पहनना. हमको ज़रूरी नहीं है कि मेरे को हर बारी काले रंग के कपड़े ही पहनने, क्योंकि मुझे अपना अथॉरिटी अपने आप को उस लेवल पे दिखाना है. जैसे मैंने अपना पर्सनल एग्जांपल शेयर करा था, मैं छोटे बच्चों के साथ वर्क करती थी बहुत सालों तक, तो मैं फ्लोरल कपड़े पहनती थी, रंग बिरंगे पैटर्न पहनती थी, मैं थोड़े ईज फिट वाले कपड़े पहनती थी. कभी कभी आई यूज्ड टू पुट ऑन दैट जैकेट. तो बिल्कुल आपकी क्रिएटिविटी पे है. लाइक आई शेयर्ड, हु डू यू ट्रस्ट मोर. अब अगर मेरे को इंटरव्यू पे जाना है, यस आई वुड कीप सर्टेन थिंग्स इन माइंड. मगर अगर मेरे को कोई क्रिएटिव फील्ड के इंटरव्यू के लिए जाना है, आई डोंट हैव टू बी ड्रेस्ड अप इन दैट वन ऑफ दोज मैच सूट्स. मेरे पे डिपेंड करता है, क्योंकि क्रिएटिव बैकग्राउंड से मैं हूँ. आई कैन जस्ट पुट ऑन अ नाइस शर्ट, आई कैन वेयर अ स्कार्फ, आई कैन वेयर अ बैंडाना, आई कैन वेयर समथिंग वेयर इट विल जस्ट टॉक अबाउट माई प्रोफेशन, मोर अबाउट मी. तो बिल्कुल ठीक सर. इवन कलर्स इसी वे में प्ले करते हैं. अगर आप डांस प्रोफेशन से हैं या आप सिंगिंग प्रोफेशन से हैं, आपको सबसे पहले ऑथेंटिक अपने आप को क्या लगता है वो कंफर्टेबल होना बहुत जरूरी है. बिकॉज अगर आप अंदर से कंफर्टेबल नहीं होंगे, वो आपका पर्सनालिटी, वो आपका पर्सोना बाहर आएगा ही नहीं. इट विल नॉट बी एबल टू कम. सो आई होप आई बीन एबल टू आंसर. आई होप आपको थोड़ा और इन डेप्थ अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिला.
Yeah, really, ma'am.
Is there anybody else?
Rambhau Patil sir would.
Thank you, Mahendra Singh sir. Thank you, Vidyasagar sir, for your questions. And thank you, ma'am, for your explanations and answers.
Thank you so much, Prakash.
Now, after this very fruitful discussion session, now it is time for all of us to listen concluding words of the chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Bedkar sir. Please, sir, welcome.
Thank you, Prakash sir. I am audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. And today I am in puzzle how I express thanks to our resource person, our organizing committee members, including Sanjay sir, Dr. Dhole madam, Professor Karad sir, Dayanand Patwari sir, Anil Wadkar sir, Dr. S.S. Kale sir, our librarian Killare sir, and daily joining here Rambhau Patil sir, today's Mahendra Singh Pawar sir, Vidyasagar sir, Professor Principal Chaudhary sir, Nilima Dikshit madam, all the participants, those who are joined here newly from today or maybe joining daily continuously and keeping joining this one. So I am very puzzled that how within 24 hours you have prepared such slides and such nice presentation by you. So it was emerged.
No, thank you, sir. It's inspiring. अपना इंस्पिरेशन होता है. Like I said, sir, जैसे मैंने begin करा था, actually people taking out time to attend such kind of webinars, no matter what kind of situation they might be in right now, means a lot, because that means they're ready to learn, they're ready to take that little bit of step also towards enhancing themselves in whichever way. So really, really, I truly appreciate each one of them being here, and thank you for this opportunity, sir.
Very beautiful presentation, very beautiful collection. What you are practically saying, that was perfectly with your presentation. Every article we should tally with your appearance and all, toning, all these things we have said, that what we should appear, what should be our sound tone, how should we our moon neck, all these things, everything was fulfilled practically with you also. Such a nice presentation, thank you. And from first slide you have said that which personality you can believe, that was your first or second slide I think. तो इस बात पे मुझे एक कथा याद आती है, स्टोरी। अपने जब इंडिपेंडेंट के दिन थे, जब अपना भारत स्वतंत्र हुआ नहीं था, जब रैली निकलती थी, जब अपने फ्रीडम फाइटर की, तो एक महिला ने अपने पूरे गहने उतार के अपने हैंडकरचिप में बांध के अपने रैली वाले के एक आदमी को दिया था। ये रिटर्न स्टोरी है, रियल स्टोरी है, एक्सपीरियंस पर्सन ने लिखे वाली। तो फिर वो आदमी पूछता है कि भाई रैली है, तुम कहाँ से आए मुझे मालूम नहीं, मैं कहाँ से आया मुझे मालूम नहीं, पूरे एक देश को स्वतंत्र दिलाने के वास्ते हम जुड़ गए हैं, रैली तो चलने वाली है अपनी, तो आपने मुझे पूरे गहने निकाल के क्यों दिए? तो उनको मालूम था कि आगे जाने के बाद जेल होने वाली है, फिर बाद में गहने अपने इधर उधर जाएंगे, तो वो आदमी को दे दिए अननोन। तो उसका आंसर था वो महिला का, तुम कहाँ के हैं मुझे मालूम नहीं, मैं भी कहाँ का हूँ आपको मालूम नहीं, फिर भी आपने मुझे पूरे गहने उतार के दिए। क्यों उतार के दिए? तुम्हारे शरीर पे जो खादी है महात्मा गांधी ने दिए वाली, उसकी पवित्रता उसमें है, और एक गहने के साथ जो मैं एड्रेस दे रही हूँ, एड्रेस पे तुम दे देंगे वो मेरे घर पे। तो ऐसे अपने पहराव की फेथफुलनेस है, अपीयरेंस का, ये सब कुछ जो हमारे स्टूडेंट हैं यहाँ, जो इंटरव्यू के लिए जाने वाले हैं, जाएंगे या आगे अपने करियर में अच्छा कुछ करेंगे, या जो कुछ पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं जिनको अपने करियर में, अपने पर्सनैलिटी में और बदलाव आने की इच्छा है, तो इन्हें ये वेबिनार बहुत ही एक्टिवली दे हैव एंजॉयड एंड दे विल टेक सम नोट्स फ्रॉम दिस वेबिनार. So within very few time you have completely perfectly presented with this topic, and it was totally new for us, and in future also you may join here as a resource person with new topic. Thank you madam, thank you. And
thank you so much sir, please, it will be my pleasure, absolutely.
It's respect to your hard work, because from last 2 days you are completely working on this topic. Thank you.
So justice to karna tha na, like I'm saying, people coming here taking out time to enhance themselves in whichever way is really, really important for them and for us as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your concluding words and for your studious comments about the keynote speech. And you are a motivational force for all of us. So we are keeping on or going on this webinar series. Thank you very much, sir. I also thank Honorable Speaker Nandini Khanna ma'am for very impressive and informative lecture on the topic. And we got very clear message that how we should prepare as per role, goal and occasion. And we also came to know that our appearance speaks before we start to speak, and so it is very important, and this speech will be very impressive and long lasting, and it has made long lasting impression on our minds, and so really we are going to follow it in our day-to-day lives. So thank you ma'am. And also you have accepted invitation of our college, and you have given your precious time to enlighten us on such important topics. So on behalf of the organizing committee of Shri Kumarswami College Ausa, in national and international webinar series. I uh, I thank you from the bottom of heart. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. I also thank integral part of this webinar series means the participants who are taking their time and joining very regularly and getting knowledge and spreading knowledge and enriching our knowledge through intellectual discussions. So thank you, participants. And now I would like to request participants to fill feedback link so that they can receive their certificates. And also I would like to mention thanks to all the organizing committee members and thanks to Honorable Manjula ma'am who has given such a nice introduction of the Honorable keynote speaker. And now at the end, with the kind permission of Chief Organizer and Chairperson Honorable Dr. M. Ambedkar sir, I declare here that today's webinar is over. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, all participants.
Thank
The
you so
YouTube
much.
link is also available. Given I am in chat box. Those who want to watch again, they can enjoy the webinar again. YouTube is link is also in chat box.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you everybody for being a part of this.
Thank you. Take rest
Nice
now.
series, ma'am. This program is very nice.
Thank you so much, Raoji. I hope to definitely help you further with